practice and get ready for this season. We've had some games and some matches already. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about some of the standout players from this season so far?
You bet. In fact, Utah Valley returning 4 seniors this year. J.C. Caresa, Chelsea Heaps, Rachel Anderson, and last week's Defender of the Week, Sarah Clement. Sam's been real impressed with Sarah's work ethic. Came back this year, jumping a little higher, playing great volleyball. Got a lot going on this year. They look real good.
They have looked really good, and Sarah's been playing awesome defense. We're also going to talk a little bit about the keys to the game. Steve, if you can break down to us just what are the strengths of each team and what they need to do to pull off a win here today.
You bet. Well, definitely Utah Valley, they've been playing well in preseason, jumping up to this match here. They've got to make sure they don't have any preseason jitters. They got to come out and start off really strong, keep the momentum through the sets, and keep the pressure on Michigan to win this match. For Michigan, they're coming in here, they're the big school, they're tall, athletic girls. They've got to have that confidence and maintain that throughout the match. They got to find an offensive balance. That means they got to pass well, they got to serve well, and they have to establish that middle. If they do that, Utah Valley is going to have their hands full.
Yes, they will. Steve, it's been great getting to the start of the match. Folks, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Dr. John is a real UVU professor, not an actor. So to tell his story...
Utah Valley are set to take on the Wolverines of Michigan. Folks, if you're just joining our broadcast, welcome back. Joining me today, as usual, is Steve Vale. Steve, we have an exciting match on tap today. It looks like we're going to have some great volleyball, 2 great teams, 2 teams that are hungry to win and keep winning. We're going to run down the starting lineups. If you'd like to, Steve's going to run down the starting lineups for the Michigan Wolverines for us.
Yeah, coming out for the Wolverines tonight, number 2, middle blocker, Jennifer Cross. The other middle blocker across from her is number 15, Courtney Fletcher. Outside hitters, you got number 8, Alex Hunt, and number 11, Lexi Irwin. Setting tonight is Lexi Dana Miller, number 10, and the libero is number 3, Sloan Donoff.
And starting for Utah Valley tonight, at the outside hitter position is Chelsea Heaps. At the setter is Brooklyn Campbell. The other outside hitter is Lindsay Barker. And at libero tonight is McKenna Tate. At the opposite position is J.C. Caresa. And the middle blockers tonight are going to be number 13, Erica Nish, and number 15, Sarah Clement. So it looks like we have a good group of mixed group tonight, Steve, of returners and new players here for the Wolverines. It looks like we're getting ready to substitute in McKenna Tate for Sarah Clement here to start the match. It looks like we're checking lineups and we'll be underway soon.
Should be a fun match tonight. Head coach Sam Atoa mentioned that Michigan does have a freshman setter. We don't know how much that'll come into play, but they are a very tall group, very athletic group for Michigan, so Utah Valley definitely has their work cut out for them. However, they do have the home court advantage, so we'll see if the mall crowd over there can do any damage to the confidence of the out-of-towner Wolverines.
Well, looks like ready to start for Michigan is Lexi Dannemiller, and she's going to be serving for Michigan right now. Chelsea Heaps with a little bit of a bad pass. They set outside to Lindsay. Doesn't get past the block, and that's into the net, I believe, Steve, for first point for Michigan.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. We mentioned those jitters coming out tonight. They've got a fire on all cylinders. Nice play there.
Backside to J.C. Caresa, played up by Michigan, and tooled on the outside by number 14, Claire McElhenney.
Yeah, that was a smart play. Low, tight set, but easily off the hands of the Utah Valley block.
Dannemiller serving down the line, back to Chelsea again. Pushing outside to Lindsay. Dug up by Michigan, going to the outside. They turn down the line, Steve, but that's hit out by number 11, Lexi Irwin.
Utah Valley dodging a bullet there. The Michigan Wolverines have come out on fire tonight and played pretty flawless ball up until that hit that just went wide.
Looks like Rachel Anderson is going to be substituting into the match to serve and play defense in the back row. Nice pass by Michigan into the middle, and on the backside, what they call the slide set to number 14, Claire McElhenney.
Yeah, that was a great swing there from Claire. Right in the seam of the block and down for the kill.
McElhenney to serve. Still working on Chelsea out there on the passing. Lindsay with a nice bomb, but played up to Michigan on the outside. And looks like we've got a ball going off the antenna. A little bit of a discussion here, checking the call, but it looks like we're going to go with that. And the Wolverines, number 7, Lindsay Barker, back to serve.
It didn't look like the line judge saw the ball hit the antenna. I didn't really think I saw it from my angle either, but something was definitely in the net. Must have been the ball off the antenna.
Coach from Michigan is John Wallace in his 13th season, and Coach Wallace is not happy with that call at all, Steve.
Well, and I think he's got a case. I think that ball was hit wide of the antenna, but Utah Valley getting a break.
And I'm sorry, that's correction. It's Coach Mark Rosen, who's also in his 13th season. I got the two 13th season coaches mixed up a little bit. It looks like actually 3 of the coaches that are in our 4-team tournament this weekend are all in their 13th season. Coach Atoa being one of those as well.
Nice bump set there.
Out to the big gun, Chelsea Heaps. They played it up by Michigan, but they can't convert on that back row attack.
Utah Valley starting to feel it a little bit, starting to overcome those jitters and play their game.
They've been playing some tough teams lately, especially with some of the matches that they've had lately. They played the national team from, it's just slipping my mind now, Slovenia, and I guess they had a real tough match with them, but ended up dropping that, but played really well despite losing the match. Pushed outside to Chelsea again, but looks like one too many times there on that one, and the Wolverines of Michigan get the block.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball was headed over the tape anyway. That was a pretty low swing there from Chelsea, but the Wolverines were all over it.
Courtney Fletcher serving Lindsay Barker. Not a good pass again by Utah Valley. Bumped out again to Chelsea, who takes a little bit off this one. Michigan plays that up pretty easily, but not with a good free ball pass. Utah Valley back in system. Brooklyn Campbell trying to put one over on 2. And I don't think that cleared, Steve.
No, that's a good call there by the F-ref. He saw that as well. But boy, I'll tell you, the Wolverines look really tough on the net. They're a big team. They're a nice block.
Erica Nish to serve for Utah Valley. With a nice float serve, but passed well by Michigan, who run the quick attack with number 2, Jennifer Cross, converting that easily.
Yeah, that was a great swing from Cross. If she goes angle on that, she's going to get roofed. But sees the block and just goes cross body and straight down for the kill.
Utah Valley mixing up their receive order. Trying to get a little bit better passer going. Sarah Clement with the backside slide. And that's a big block to hit over, Steve. And they're calling a touch on that. I didn't see that one, but the ball was hit out. And it looks like they're gonna they're gonna overrule and go with Michigan on the point.
And Brooklyn doesn't seem to be arguing the point, so I think she probably got a touch on that block.
Brooklyn and Sarah together put up a huge block. Both girls standing over 6 feet tall, and that's a big block for anyone to hit over.
Wow.
Great swing by Chelsea, but a better block dig by Michigan.
Yeah, Chelsea absolutely crushed that ball, and it was done beautifully by Michigan to score their 8th point.
That ball right there was touched by J.C. Caresa, and I think really she should have probably let the libero have that one. I think that was coming down the pipe, and probably should have let her have that and released outside for a possible back row attack. Into the middle for Utah Valley. Sarah Clement scoring with the soft tip.
Sarah killing them with kindness. Sees the open floor. Smart play by her.
Brooklyn Campbell back to serve for the Wolverines. See if she can get something going with her jump serve or float serve. Looks like she chooses the floater. Handled well by Michigan, who are running that slide in the back again. Number 2, Jennifer Cross putting one down.
Yeah, Jennifer's dangerous on that swing. That's 2 kills in a row by her. That one pretty much uncontested.
Jennifer's a 6'4" sophomore out of Scarborough, Ontario, which is in Canada. And she's playing well for Michigan tonight.
Yeah, for Chelsea, boy, she's got to be in the right spot, and Max Vert to get a piece of that at 6'4", going high and deep with that swing. That's a tough ball to block.
Chelsea with the serve. Decent pass by Michigan, not really what they were looking for. Caught Brooklyn Campbell just scooting up a little bit late to dig that, and Michigan gets the point. Libero back to serve for Michigan. It's going to be number 13, Allie Sable.
Another very tough serve from Michigan.
Michigan keeping the middle attack going. Nice up by McKenna. And they're able to convert that one. A little bit of fire now, trying to get excited there, I think, for Utah Valley, looking for something positive to get this match going.
Yeah, that was a great job there from Chelsea Heaps to be aggressive on that. Kind of a broken play, but ended up being a decent set, and she went after it, got the kill.
Michigan pushing it to the outside. Violation on the Wolverines in the net. Looked like number 10, J.C. Caresa.
Yeah, she made a nice move and able to get a soft block there, which I think her team would have been able to convert, but a little too aggressive and caught the net.
Dana Miller back to serve for Michigan. Still picking on Chelsea. That long, deep floater. Michigan picks it up and runs back to the middle. Number 15, Courtney Fletcher getting the kill in the back corner. Coach Atoa looking for a timeout, Steve.
Yeah, that's a smart play by him. They're down 12-7 and really just kind of hanging on right now and trying to hang around in this first set. It seems to be all Michigan so far.
So far, it's all Michigan, folks, up 12-7 against Utah Valley. Stick around, we'll be right back. folks. Welcome back to our broadcast where Utah Valley Wolverines are down 7-12 in the first set to Michigan. Michigan looking to establish early dominance, Steve, and Utah Valley looking to get some momentum of their own and change the tide of this match. Dana Miller back to serve again for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that set was not pretty. But I'll tell you, the Wolverines, they are serving just bombs over there. And it seemed like they were kind of picking on Chelsea in the beginning, but it really doesn't seem to matter who they go at. They just got a lot of heat on that serve and a lot of movement. Once again there with the hubby wife splitting the two passers. No communication.
Steve, we talked a little bit about Utah Valley having some new players come in, you know, mixing in with the old players. And I think we're seeing a little bit of that tonight where, you know, a little bit of miscommunication between the players like Chelsea and McKenna, who haven't played very much together before, and maybe seeing a little bit of effects of that tonight.
Sure. And that's, you know, the libero, she's kind of a newcomer to the team, but she's really got to take charge defensively and call for that ball when it's anywhere within her wingspan.
Nice job. Barker with a nice kill on the outside, Steve. Finally, the Utah Valley getting a good pass. Brooklyn able to set that quick up-tempo set to the outside, and Lindsay putting the ball away just like she likes to.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about having a setter that's over 6 foot is some of those passes that might go up and over most setters. She can climb the ladder and go get it and make some pretty nice plays.
Finally, Michigan having a little trouble passing of their own with Rachel Anderson's serve, and Utah Valley crawling back a little bit, down 9-15 at this point, looking to make a move.
Yeah, Utah Valley's got to keep the pressure on right now. Serve tough, but definitely keep that ball in and keep the pressure on the Wolverines.
Rachel serving spots right now. But wow. Courtney Fletcher having none of it, and she just put the stamp on that one.
Yeah, 6'4" middle blocker, typically not going to have the softest hands, but handled that serve easily and then went straight down for the kill.
McKenna Tate wishing she could pull that one back, Steve, because that one was going to continue to go out. I think it was floating and not dropping at all.
Yeah, every once in a while that float serve will drop off the table at the back of the court, but that one just kept rising on her and kind of ate her lunch a little bit, like that one almost did.
Utah Valley getting a break there, down 10-17 in the first set. Lindsay Barker back to serve. Lindsay is a player who didn't get a lot of time last year with the big guns that were here. Kaylee Broadbent being in the mix and Chelsea being the other starter. And Lindsay came in a few times and shined, and I think really kind of set herself up to play and be a starter for this season.
Yeah, good call. She did. Every time she came on the floor, she did some really great things last year. And she's filling those shoes. Utah Valley down 18-11. At this point, they got to be thinking, all right, let's get some momentum. Let's start to side out consistently and work toward that second set, because this one is all but out of reach.
McElhaney putting that one down on the right side and then coming back with a really tough serve there. And it looks like Courtney Fletcher is going to record another ace for Michigan. And it looks like Coach Atoa wants another timeout.
Yeah, we talk a lot about serve receive in volleyball, and it really boils down to those two things, being able to serve tough and being able to pass well. And right now, Michigan is serving tough and Utah Valley is not passing well. I think the majority of Michigan's points have come off of shanked passes or even passes that weren't perfect but were enough trouble for Brooklyn that they weren't able to run their offense, and trying to be out of system and be successful against a big block like Michigan's is it's a tough task for any team.
Well, we talked a little bit about in the keys of the game about Michigan wanting to establish the middle, and it looks like so far they are doing just that, where, as you said, Utah Valley really isn't being able to pass well enough to play in system. They're not able to establish any middle of their own, and so I think consequently we're seeing that discrepancy in the score where they're down, by 8 points.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. I mean, when it's hard enough being a smaller outside hitter to that big Michigan block, but when the block knows that ball's going to the outside and you've got 2 or 3 blockers camping on you, boy, everything starts to go downhill real quick.
Looking at the stats here, Steve, I wish we could see some positive things here for Utah Valley, but really there's nothing to speak of. Unfortunately, Michigan kind of dominating the stats early. The middle blockers hitting 1,000 each, meaning no errors, and continuing Michigan with another ace by Courtney Fletcher. And the only person for Utah Valley getting anything going is Sarah Clement, which they haven't been able to utilize.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not a good sign when your libero is getting beat up on the serve. That's a pretty decent pass there. Oh, she got it again. Brooklyn goes up the ladder to get that pass, but caught the net again. I thought the bottom of the net was incidental.
That's what I was going to mention when you said that, and I don't know if they've translated that into to every facet or every genre of volleyball so far. And so I think it may only be at the national team level right now. And usually what I've seen is after an Olympic quadrennium kind of is completed, they'll kind of institute those new rules. But I thought that was going to be in effect. We'll have to kind of get maybe some take from one of the coaches to kind of see where that's at.
I'd be curious to know too. I know in men's volleyball that is not a net. That is not a violation when you brush against the bottom tape of the net. But whatever, I guess not the case here. So regardless, 21-13, Utah Valley back to serve.
Erica Nish with a nice jump floater, pushing Michigan on the outside. Back row attack on Michigan. And, you know, we like to review some of the rules for the fans out there. Steve, kind of explain why the setter was back row attack violation on that one.
Yeah, that was just a heads-up play by Sarah Clement, the middle blocker. Once that ball, oh, great dig. Utah Valley dodging another bullet.
Nice pass on the outside with Brooklyn Campbell and also with Sarah Clement assisting on that one.
Great job by Brooklyn staying home on the line. Blocked that ball right back to the middle of the court. So as I was saying, when a ball is passed to the net, as soon as it's on the plane of the net, it's a live ball and the blocker can go after it. And if the setter's from the back row, oh, good hustle, but not going to happen. If that setter's in the back row and contacts that ball on the net, if it's touched by an opposing team, that's a back row violation. If it's not, and she can go up and get that ball anytime. But if it's contacted by the opposing block, then she will be called for a back row attack.
Ali Sable back to serve for Michigan. Serves a short floater. Sarah Clement passes that well. And Brooklyn sets her, but doesn't go over. Looks like a net violation on number 2 for Michigan, Jennifer Cross, and it looks like that's what they called.
Oldest trick in the book there, just kind of hang it up there. And boy, she went for it, hook, line, and sinker. Caught the net in the process.
I also noticed assistant coach Scott Lee for the Wolverines kind of telling Sarah about where Jennifer likes to really hit her middle attack. Not the attack that we just saw, which was the slide play, but the dead center middle attack where she's turning that ball cross body, and Scott's telling her to take and block into that cross body angle every time until she turns it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a good call there by Coach Lee. Able to see that. Sometimes when you're in the match, you're just too close and you don't understand why you're missing it.
Our first left-handed player into the match, number 8, Alex Hunt, serving a bomb jump serve. Utah Valley handling it decently, and they're able to get the side out.
Boy, JC got away with one there. That was a total trap set, and she was kind of on the ground when she contacted and late, and therefore able to push it through the block for the point.
Going to Jennifer Cross again, who does a little off-speed tip that time. It's a pretty nice play by the sophomore. Getting another point for Michigan. They're just about to wrap this one up.
And that was a smart play by Jennifer Cross. I mean, she's been dropping bombs over there on Utah Valley with that slide. And it looked like they were back dug in for the dig. She got the nice kill.
Yeah, it looks like the ace is recorded. And Utah Valley loses the first set, 25-17. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
actor. So to tell his story, we hired a UVU student.
Knowledge-based edification increases executive functioning in the frontal lobes.
Yo, dude, UVU is more than an education. It's a life experience.
Exposure to enhanced pedagogical approaches promotes neural activity in the limbic system.
For sick education, get here and strap in.
UVU facilitates the discovery of your personal Weltanschauung.
What?
Dude, you don't know everything yet.
Utah Valley University. It's your university.
Weltanschauung!
Folks, welcome back to the match. If you've just joined us, Utah Valley just dropped the first set to Michigan, 25-17. Steve, looking at the stats and the statistics from the first set, what sticks out in your mind is the things that Utah Valley can improve on to turn this match around?
Well, first and foremost, it's not on the stat sheet, but that first set came down to passing, and Utah Valley just couldn't get it done. As a result, from 23 total attacks, they were only able to knock up 5 kills. So, you know, hitting .087% is not going to win you too many ball games. And Michigan cooled off there a bit. Toward the end of that first set, they were up almost at 400, but they finished out at 185, so just under 200. So they cooled off themselves, but still 13 kills to Utah Valley's 5. You know, that right there is gonna make the difference.
Yeah, they seemed like they went on cruise control a little bit. Utah Valley was looking for answers and kind of make some adjustments, and so I'm sure they're gonna go over that. Coach Atoa is great at making adjustments and gonna be able to, you know, turn this thing around if he can.
Yeah, one more thing I just noticed was the service aces. Michigan with 8 in the first set alone, Utah Valley only with 2. So there's 6 points right there. Then you add up the 13 kills to Utah Valley's 5. I mean, there's another 7. That's 13 points right there. And, I mean, that's a huge deficit to overcome. It's almost impossible to do so.
Folks, to find out more about your UVU women's volleyball team, be sure to visit wolverinegreen.com, where you can find team stats, photos, and a complete season schedule. That's wolverinegreen.com. Yeah, Steve, like you were mentioning, you know, the 8 service aces was the 8-point difference in the first set. I don't even know if I've seen an 8-point service ace game, man, for a long, long time, since maybe side-out volleyball. I mean, 8 service aces is that's pretty hard to beat a team if they're going to do that to you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. That put Utah Valley on their heels. Their bad passing meant that they weren't able to establish the middle, which meant they had to push everything outside, which meant there were more blockers in front of those outside hitters to stop them. I mean, it's kind of one of those snowball things. I mean, if the first thing falls apart, everything else just seems to follow in tow. So hopefully they're able to kind of give themselves a nice little pep talk during this intermission so they can come out with a little more confidence and pass well and start to put the pressure back on the other Wolverine side.
Well, we'll see how they respond in this second set. Looks like Sloan Donoff is substituted in the match as the libero. She's going to be in receiving for the middle blocker, number 2, Jennifer Cross. And Michigan getting ready to receive this time. Back to serve is McKenna Tate for the Wolverines. Great pass by Michigan, set to the backside high. That time, kill put on the right side by Courtney Fletcher.
And see, that's a pretty decent block right there from Chelsea Heap. She gets up high and takes the complete line swing away. But when she's the only one out there, that leaves a lot of room to go back angle, which is exactly what she did.
Well, Steve, it looks like Michigan's picking up where they left off, going with another service ace by Dana Miller. Looks like they're trying to keep that service pressure on Utah Valley, and they're not looking to let up at all.
I mean, it's almost like they'd want to drop one more back, have JC drop back and pass as well, and have 4. Because, I mean, they're just eating him up. That ball looked like it was going out of bounds.
A little bit off the shoulder of Dana Miller, killed down the right side, attempted by the Wolverines. And Michigan can't quite get that one over the net. Just a little miscommunication there. I'm sure that won't happen too often, but Utah Valley will take the point.
Instead of getting the freebie, Utah Valley had to earn it, but earn it they did. Nice side out by them.
JC Caresa with a decent serve. Picked up well by Michigan. Nice attempt to pancake save that by Brooklyn Campbell, but Michigan up 3-1 right now. And number 11, Lexi Irwin's back to serve for Michigan.
So that was a pretty nice serve there from I keep saying the Wolverines, from Utah Valley, but just passed well. I mean, that's the difference. There's a nice pass.
Wow, great up by Michigan. And Utah Valley still struggling to put up a good free ball to put themselves back into system. Going outside Michigan. Doesn't look like they make that one there. Looks like, I think that was Alex Hunt that tried to bang that one down the line, but just couldn't get the angle on it.
Yeah, Utah Valley having to scratch and claw for every point here, just battling. There's a freebie possibly. Nice free ball here for Utah Valley.
Pushing to the outside. Lindsey Barker getting the kill this time, finding some open court. Hasn't been a lot of that there open for Utah Valley so far.
See, that's the difference right there. With a nice free ball and a perfect pass, it spreads that block out, so they have an opportunity to maybe get a one-on-one on the outside, which is what they did there for the kill.
Wow, I really like the mix-up in the tempo of the offense. The middle blocker, really nice pass. She took the short ball, and they ran that fade-out slide to the right side. It was a nice change-up out there for number 14, Claire McElhaney.
That was a great finish, too. A great angle swing all the way across court for the kill.
Number 15, Courtney Fletcher, back to serve for the Wolverines. She's going to keep the pressure on, I'm sure.
Nice pass.
Well, Utah Valley can't bring it up, but they're going to play the free ball over. Pushing outside, and Alex Hunt, number 8, with the kill on the left side.
Hey, Utah Valley doing a nice job there, but you know, you got to give your hat off to Michigan. They're just playing some great volleyball right now. They're scrappy on defense. They're huge at the net. They're a tough team.
Wow, nice turn down the line that time by Lindsay. Lindsay seemed like she's trying to do everything she can to keep Utah Valley into this match.
Yeah, that was a bomb down the line. It looked like it got the setter in the head. Just drilled that ball. Utah Valley right there, 4-5.
Erica Nish serving, tough serve. Played back to Utah Valley. Let's see what they can convert a point here. Rachel Anderson with a nice shot. Looks like she's been playing a little outdoor this summer, Steve.
Yeah, that was a great deep roll shot there. They call that the jumbo shrimp. But I'll tell you, that was a horrible pass on a free ball. They had to have the back row player bump set that. They got, again, dodged another bullet there. They got to clean it up.
Another great pass by Michigan, pushing outside. Once again, and something I want to point out is number 8, Alex Hunt, is left-handed, but she is very comfortable, and they actually don't move her to the right side. She plays outside hitter.
That's awesome. A lot of times you'll see right-handed players play the weak side or the right side, but you don't see too many left-handed outside hitters. That's kind of cool. I hated blocking against left-handed hitters. They're so hard to read when you're used to a right-handed swing. Utah Valley getting a freebie.
Brooklyn Campbell back to serve for the Wolverines. Let's see if they're going to serve short here. It looks like Michigan's leaving a lot of open court in the front there. We'll see if they try to drop one in on one of the service areas. No, pretty much right back out to him in system. Alex Hunt taking another big swing. She's got a cannon for an arm out there. Jennifer Cross doing her work in the middle, Steve. And once again, Michigan just flawless free ball passing and converting on points.
And she's just going over the block in the deep part of the court. I mean, what do you do? That's almost impossible to defend.
Wow, she really is just unloading. I saw the toss and I saw her hit that, and it didn't even look like anyone from Utah Valley even flinched at all. They just watched that one drop.
Yeah, kind of the deer in headlights syndrome there.
And she's going to go back ripping this right to left again, I'm sure.
Well, that looked like it might have been out of bounds.
I think that one was out, Steve, but when it's coming at you that fast, you either play it or get out of the way. And Utah Valley didn't have many choices there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. When it's coming faster than you're normally used to, you know, there's only so much time to judge that ball.
You know, I think the one thing that benefits Michigan coming here from the Midwest is their altitude isn't, you know, super low. It's not super high. It's just kind of in the middle, so they don't, you know, get the ill effects of the jump serve like, say, a California team would come in here and maybe feeling some of the effects of the jump serve that we usually see.
I agree. Yeah, clearly they're not affected. Their serving is just flawless.
Wow, nice dig by McKenna Tate. And Chelsea Heaps trying to put one away. Michigan setter trying to dump one. Brooklyn Campbell pushing it one over herself to the backside. Michigan pushes outside, and Utah Valley can't come up with it. Number 11, Lexi Arun with the kill on the outside.
Again, Utah Valley doing everything right on that play. Huge dig to start that rally. Nice swing, everything going well, but Michigan is just, I mean, they're a great team, and they're not going to give anything away.
Ali Sable with a tough float serve that rolls off, and non-simultaneous contact on McKenna Tate. And it's another point for Michigan. They're starting to pull away, Steve. 11-7 in the second set.
Yeah, even though Michigan's a little bit bigger, I really think the main difference is passing. It's not even their size. Utah Valley, you know, is struggling a little bit to get the ball around them and to stop their hitters, but it's really the passing that's killing Utah Valley.
Coach Atoa taking a timeout. Michigan up 12-7 on Utah Valley. Folks, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Come back to cheer on your Wolverines.
We meet here once a week. It's a chance to discuss mostly.
I've always been like super concerned about saving money, right? But like I really wanted like a good education too. I guess I really got green fever when like I found out how Utah Valley University can get me both.
We have our regulars, and of course there are always our new ones every time.
I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
This is my first week here. I'm really excited. This whole green fever thing's kind of just started for me. So.
More and more people want to know about green fever.
Come join the student section and cheer for the mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
Where Utah Valley is down 7-12 against Michigan in the second set. We're getting ready to start back from our timeout. Number 13, Ali Sable to serve for Michigan. She served that one just long, and looks like Utah Valley dodging a bullet there, Steve, down by 4. Looking to try to turn the tide in this match. Number 9, McKenna Tate back to serve for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Utah Valley's not out of this set. They just need to kind of get their confidence and start passing a little better. Because once they start putting a little more pressure on on Michigan, things could change real quickly. I mean, Michigan's been in the driver's seat all night.
And they missed that, Steve. She had a toe over that line, and you and I saw it, but I don't think anyone else did.
Yeah, somehow the upref missed that one. But, you know, you see it so much in volleyball where a team's just dominating, and as soon as the other team puts a little pressure on them, they get thrown out of system. They they start to lose their confidence, and all of a sudden there could be a huge momentum shift.
Wow, great angle change by J.C. Caresa, but that was in desperation. And once again, Michigan right back with the good free ball pass, back in system, making a kill on the outside. Number 14 is Claire McElhaney. Utah Valley again, Steve, just struggling with the serve receive. And when we looked at the stats coming back from the timeout, they already had 4 service aces for this set, and that was like the 5th. So if not maybe the 6th. So, I mean,
Wow.
they're just chalking them up here. I can't even believe it.
If that one wasn't a foot fault, that last serve, it was really, really close. Man, they're just eating Utah Valley's lunch at the service line. There's no answer on the Utah side.
Folks, our broadcast today is also live on the internet. Join us at uvu.edu/UVUTV. You can join us, watch the game, cheer on your Wolverines from wherever you're at. Jason Caresa with a kill on the right side, Steve. Finding a little bit of open court that's a rarity over here on the Michigan side.
Yeah, I don't know if the Utah Valley coaching staff has been scouting these players at all, but they've got to find a passer that has, you know, maybe a little bit of a chink in her armor and go at her, and that's not her. She's been passing pretty well tonight. They need to start going at somebody and keep it on them and try to just kind of edge their way back into this.
Wow, and I'll tell you what, I'm so impressed with Alex Hunt. She just bombs from the service line, from the outside, now from the back row. Man, I really, you know, we try to be a little pro Utah Valley here on UVU TV, but man, tonight it's the Michigan Wolverines are taking over.
Yeah, another, oh, look at that. Turn Brooklyn into a blocker.
Out of the back row, Michigan can't convert. Utah Valley trying to get one, Lindsey Barker and Erica Nish trying to convert. Got a back row attack on Michigan, and so Utah Valley's gonna pull off the point, but they're still down, Steve, 10-17 in set 2.
Yeah, again, I mean, they need to figure out a way to start passing Michigan's serve. That's the killer.
Coach Atoa wanting some kind of a conference with the down official here, and I think he's just checking on maybe a lineup insertion, but Rachel Anderson back to serve. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Rachel Anderson. That's number 12, Kalani Norris. Wow, that's a crazy tip, but just out. And Utah Valley dodging a little bit of a bullet. Nope, actually they called that one good. So Michigan's gonna get the point on that one, and they're gonna keep the pressure on. Another substitution into the match. Number 1, Patty Flagg, one of my friends from Las Vegas, substituting into the match. So we'll see if she can play some good defense and get some passing going for the Wolverines. Wolverines celebrating a little early there, but Lindsey Barker still doing all she can, Steve, to try to keep the Wolverines in the match every time she touches the ball.
Yeah, they got to mix it up here. I mean, maybe like area 2 right now. Look how wide open that is. See it and hit it, you know, do whatever you can to gain an advantage here.
And that one's called in, and once again, who scores the point? Number 8, Alex Hunt.
And it is just all working for Michigan right now. Alex Hunt, the 6-foot senior, just taking charge tonight and getting it done.
The left-handed left side hitter.
It's all left, and it's all right. It's all working.
A little bit better pass for the Wolverines there by McKenna Tate. They run that slide, but that's really slow to Sarah Clemens, Steve, and that's not going to get the job done against that huge Michigan block.
Yeah, once again, Alex Hunt. This is the one exception to the rule where left is right.
Timeout by Coach Atoa, folks. We're going to be right back where Utah Valley's down 11-20 in the second set. Don't go away.
I never used to care about college sports. I mean, I go to a game or two, but it's mainly for social reasons, you know? But now things are different.
And how has green fever affected your school spirit?
Are you kidding me? I never miss a sporting event, home or away. You got NCAA baseball, softball, basketball, cross country, golf, track and field, wrestling, soccer, volleyball. I'm keeping stats. I'm memorizing stats. I'm memorizing numbers. I'm dreaming about numbers. I'm dreaming about Wolverines. I just bought a pet Wolverine. It tore my dad's favorite shoe. It was wicked. Awesome.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's pretty cool. Me? No, I don't play sports. I wouldn't want to make the athletes envious. I don't
Folks, welcome back. Looks like we got Michigan Wolverines still serving, still keeping the pressure on Utah Valley. And looks like so far the dividends of putting Patty Flagg in passing-wise have paid off. We just got to clean up the tack a little bit, Steve.
I was just looking at some stats. 14 aces to 2. The Wolverines have just had their way with Utah Valley's serve receive. On that play there, called over the line on the back row attack. Utah Valley getting a point on that.
I was just asking Coach Rosen from Michigan if the assistant coach, Lisa Rosen, was his daughter or his wife, and he just laughed. He said, "That's my wife," but he was just laughing. I think I guess that's a good compliment for him, though.
Look at you, just making friends wherever you go.
Hey, that's what we do. This is Happy Valley, Steve. I was out in Chicago this past winter, or I guess early spring, really, which in Chicago was still like the dead of winter. And Lake Michigan, which, you know, Chicago borders the other side with Detroit. And man, that lake is not a lake, that's like an ocean. So, you know, I think it makes for tough athletes out there in Michigan. I don't know, man.
The frozen tundra. Utah Valley, boy, that was a great pass on that serve and a well-timed dink over the block or tip for the kill.
And number 8, Alex Hunt, into the back to serve. It looks like she's going to keep that jump serve going. I'm sure she's got the green light. I can't see any reason why they'd be taking that away from her.
Wait, I just missed something.
I think
he called it down, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was still up.
And I think Kalani Norris had kind of rolled on the floor to try to get that one up, and I think she looked like she got banged up just a little bit, and she got subbed out. And she's still bombing. And Michigan still got a great free ball pass going. But that time, a little bit of a slower attack on that right side slide, and that time, Utah Valley coming up with a big block.
With that big slide, though, usually she's got such a huge gap in between those blocks that she just goes back hard angle. That time decided to kind of go somewhat line and just got housed.
Once again, Michigan with a great pass, but that tip doesn't work this time. And Kalani Norris's kill can't be handled by Michigan, so they'll get the point. And Utah Valley inching back, Steve, 14-21, but they still got a big gap.
Yeah, they do. They've got the Grand Canyon to cross, to traverse. But that was a great block there by Sarah. Just got right in front of her. Great timing, and just went up and got that ball.
Wow, and it seems even on the passes with it, we'd call like a 2 pass. That one, you know, where it's just not quite perfect, but you can still have maybe 2 or 3 options, and they still go outside, and they're still turning it down the line and finding an open court.
Yeah, that was a low set and a very deep swing, but it must have caught that back line. Beautiful pass from UV. And
that time, the substitute, Kalani Norris, who's substituting in for Chelsea Heaps, converts this time and looking to push a little points here.
It's almost weird how easy this game can get when you pass well. Like, it opens everything up. That time, the one-on-one on the outside and a great swing off the block.
Little trouble for Michigan, a little uncharacteristic pass there. Looked like that one was Ali Sable who might have mishandled that ball just a little bit.
So is it 1 or 2 more points before he stands up and calls a timeout?
I think he's going to let him play it out, Steve. They're playing pretty well.
Oh,
finding an open court again down the line.
They are dialed in on that deep swing.
That's twice in a row she went down there, and nobody's been home for the Wolverines. Dana Miller back to serve for Michigan, and she's going to go with the jump float. Tough jump float, too. Nicely timed tip by J.C. Carrace on the right side, mixing it up a little bit, and catches Michigan off guard.
It looked like she took a look right before she swung at that ball, saw how deep the defense was, and went for the open spot. Smart play there by J.C.
Utah Valley within 6, but with rally scoring, it's almost impossible to come back. Utah Valley's trying to do it, getting a good block, and a nice roll shot by Brooklyn Campbell. And looked like We were going to maybe get the point there, but McElhaney with the smart play off the block of her own and gets the point for Michigan, and they have set point number 1 coming up.
Yeah, Claire's just gnarly on the outside. She's just got, or on the right side, she's got a great vision and a lot of tools in her arsenal. A lot of weapons.
Didn't hurt to be 6'2" either.
Yeah, that's just one of them.
Nice pass in the middle on the free ball. Alex Hunt doing her damage on the outside, putting away set number 2. Michigan so far up 2 sets to none, taking the second set 25-17 as well. Looks like we're going to go to our halftime. And folks, we will be right back in just a few moments. Don't go away. Folks, welcome back. We're still into our halftime segment here. Just a little bit of fun going on here. Some of the students serving for prizes and whatnot. But we wanted to make a quick introduction for one of the guys that's going to be joining our team, kind of filling in for Steve, who's going to be doing some things here over the next couple matches. And we just like to welcome in Tyler Widdison. Tyler, welcome to the broadcast. And Tyler is one of the middle blockers for the Utah Valley University men's team, and I believe Tyler's going to be playing again this season.
I'm not, actually. This is been my last season, this past season.
So
has it been 14 years already?
Wow. We didn't know that you were already that old.
Only one more semester and then I graduated. So.
Whoa, you're graduating too. Man, look at you. You're a double threat guy.
Well, it's good to have you here, Tyler. What's your take kind of on the match so far? You've kind of seen this play it out a little bit, and with Michigan, you know, off to a strong start. What do you think?
Yeah, the lefty girl from Michigan is just phenomenal. Her last name is Hunt. What's her name?
Yeah, Alex Hunt.
Yeah, Alex Hunt is just phenomenal. She's a tough girl to stop. And the passing, like Steve and you've been saying, Kevin, this is not there. Their serving, it needs to be tougher, absolutely, as well. Serve receive is the name of the game, and if they can't handle that, then they're not going to be where they want to be.
No, you're exactly right. Those are great points, and I totally agree. I mean, we talk about serve receive almost to the point of redundancy, but the reality is, if you can't pass the ball, you can't run an offense. You know, if you can't serve tough, your opponent is just going to walk all over you, and we're seeing a little bit of that tonight. I mean, Utah Valley, their passing has been abysmal. I mean, 14 aces in 2 sets. That's crazy. That's a lot of aces. And so, you know, if they can't pass, they can't run their offense. They can't use Sarah, who's playing so well this year. They can't use her if they can't run the middle, you know. So there's a lot of things that come into play, but it really boils down to serve receive.
And you know what, the thing that is the real key is that now the battle, I don't think, is so much as physical as it is mental for Utah Valley Wolverines, where they're looking for answers, looking for someone to step up, looking for someone to take charge and lead the attack. But they're all going to be looking at each other, going, who's going to be the one? And someone actually just has to do that. So, folks, we're going to be taking just a short break, and we'll be back after the halftime break, and we'll be right back with the third set. So don't go away. Join us real soon for the third set.
UVU is the most awesome place for having fun. There are thousands of opportunities for students to interact with one another. Whether you are interested in sports, services, activities, or world-class research, UVU has the opportunity for you. There are multiple offices and departments dedicated to student involvement at UVU. Student life at Utah Valley University engages students socially, encourages civic involvement, and provides opportunities for learning outside of the classroom. Students will gain valuable leadership experiences that will serve them well as they enter the workforce. Research has shown that students who get involved somewhere on campus have higher success rates than those who don't. Another organization committed to your success is the Utah Valley University Student Association, otherwise known as UVUSA. On campus, you will see many events and activities sponsored by UVUSA, from dances and tailgates to speakers and debates. UVUSA hopes that all students will participate with campus life and activities. There will also be many opportunities for students to work together to accomplish student-led initiative on campus and throughout the state. We encourage students to get involved with UVUSA and support the legislative process. If you are interested in sports and enjoy watching competitive Division I athletics, you gotta check out the mall. The mighty athletic Wolverine League. The student spirit section is where all the action is at any sporting event. With over 1,000 members, you will definitely catch the Wolverine spirit and meet good-looking new people. So let's be real. Utah Valley University is a place for involvement and student success. When you get to campus, be sure to check out UVUSA for updated events and activities. Folks, welcome back. Where Utah Valley's getting ready, getting warmed up to take on set number 3. Steve looked at some of the stats and some of the things, but we talk about maybe some of the intangible things that or try to be visible, and things that we can pick out. What's the most important thing you can see as we're getting ready to start back?
It's confidence. These girls need to just kind of dig in and pass the ball. I mean, a lot of times when I'm playing, I'll have a conversation with myself, and I've got all these things I want to do. I want to do all these different things, and then I just got to stop myself and say, pass first. If you don't pass, everything else goes away. And that's what these girls need to do. They need to just get all the other clutter out of their minds, clear the mechanism, and just focus on passing first. If they can do that, it will open up so many doors for them that all of a sudden they could find themselves in the driver's seat. You know, but they're so conflicted right now with all these fears and doubts and all the confusion of the last 2 sets of just getting blown out of the water. They gotta put that away and focus on passing. Everything else, it's just muscle memory. Everything else will come.
Well, it looks like Michigan's all ready to come back and establish their dominance here at the Shurian Family Activity Center. Looks like they're trying to make it their own and see if they can take control. We've got some other great matches that are going to be here during this tournament this weekend, and Utah Valley's going to be playing in a couple of the matches. They're going to take on Cal Poly tomorrow at noon, and then again at 7 p.m. they're going to take on Santa Clara, whereas Michigan will be playing Santa Clara in the morning, and then Cal Poly in the afternoon at about 4 o'clock. So looks like we're going to see a lot more of Michigan and hopefully a lot more Utah Valley. Hopefully they get this turned around, not only for tonight, but for tomorrow as well. Folks, UVU Sports are now on Facebook. Search for Utah Valley Wolverines and become informed on the latest and greatest of Wolverine athletics. Become a fan on Facebook today.
Well, it is now or never for one particular group of Wolverines. They got to get it done right now.
And it looks like Utah Valley is going to go back. Looks like they're going to try to go back to their starting lineup, sans Chelsea Heaps. And it looks like Kalani Norris, they're going to stick with her on the other outside hitter position. And see if they can get a win here in set number 3.
We've got one new face, Aaron Jolly, the 5'11" freshman, outside hitter from Bakersfield, California. We'll see what kind of defense she brings to the table. Hopefully her passing is like phenomenal.
They're kind of go with that same situation where they did last year with where they had Kathleen Stevens and Lanny O'Reilly, where they play that kind of double defender in the back. So looks like they're going to try to make some use of that. See if that's an adjustment that's going to help them out.
Let's see if the Wolverines go. No, I thought maybe they go right at her, but great pass.
Sarah Clement off the top. Too late to get back into the middle with the great free ball pass by Michigan. And number 15, Courtney Fletcher, is taking advantage of that one.
That was too bad. Sarah looked like she had a seam open up there in the cross court, but just kind of went high hands.
Tough serve, and picking on the new girl, looks like, Steve.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's the thing. I was surprised the first serve didn't come to her, because typically you got a new player on the court. They didn't start the match, so they're not the strongest player out there, you know? So it's like, that ball goes right to them.
Dana Miller tried to come with the top spin jump serve that time instead of that hard flat jump serve, and that one changed up on her. Looks like Patty Flagg in the serve, and we're gonna go with the triple defender here. Once the libero, or once Patty's back into the back row after the serve.
Smart play.
Well, so far Patty's still doing some positive things, making an impact here on the match, and Utah Valley tied up 2-2 right now.
Smart play there by Sarah, going away from the action with that block.
Folks, we still got Tyler here with us. Tyler, tell us a little bit about you know, your season last year, your career here at Utah Valley, kind of some of the things that you guys were able to accomplish in the last little bit.
All right, well, last year we went into the preseason polls, ranked first in the nation. We were pretty successful. We felt like we were going to be really successful, and you know, we had 3 guys go down with sprained ankles, and another guy go in the hospital for a disease he had, and yeah, so wow, that's a great dig. And you know, after that, we just kind of went downhill from there. We played a bunch of really good teams and did poorly with our starters out, and we ended up finishing 11th in nationals. Not as well as we anticipated, but still a strong season, and we had a lot of fun.
Well, that's great. The crowd kind of coming alive here as Tyler was kind of telling us a little bit about what's going on and what some of his experience here at Utah Valley. And Patty Flagg made an awesome dig, and they were able to convert that point. I thought maybe we were in the net, but it wasn't. And Utah Valley just not pulling that one up. That ball just went out of bounds. And number 11, Lexi Irwin, back to serve for Michigan. And Utah Valley, they're in it this time, Steve.
Yeah, they're playing really well. They came out with a lot of fire for this third set. So Tyler, 3 sprained ankles, a hospitalization. No locusts? There were no locusts?
No.
Wow. Man, that's a rough go there for the UV men's team.
It was.
And Tyler had to set.
Man, middle blocker and setter, that's hard to do.
Yeah. Actually, in conference, I was playing outside hitter, and we had our outside hitter playing opposite. We were the reserve team, and so we went out there and we won our conference with the reserve team. So that was nice.
That's pretty cool. That says a lot about you guys. Utah Valley with a 1-point lead here. Ooh, that stuck a little bit, but the ref's letting them play it out.
Erica Niss trying to get a kill in the middle, but that one comes back, and Lindsey Barker handles it on the outside, gets the kill, and Utah Valley, they have a lead here, Steve, 6-4 now, their first 2-point lead of the entire match.
Yeah, Utah Valley not ready to go home just yet. That's the thing, if they can keep the pressure on until late in this third set, you know, I really think they could steal one away from this Michigan team. Oh, wow, all alone.
Man, Patty was right there, though. She didn't even flinch. I'll tell you, I played volleyball in the summer a few times with Patty, and she sides out against guys like all the time with no problem. So
That's awesome.
It's funny to see her only play libero here when people probably don't realize how good of an athlete she is.
That's cool. Yeah, boy, on that one, it's like, okay, Patty, let's see how good you really are. We're not going to throw a block up against this 6-footer.
JC Carrace on the outside, not converting it, but getting back in for the block. And that time, Alex Hunt is still unstoppable, Steve.
Yeah, she's got so much cross court with that left-handed swing. The block's all reaching into that, and then she turns line and goes seam, and another kill. Like, she can do no wrong.
Just has a real good natural ability to play on the left side where a lot of left-handers really struggle.
There it is.
Lindsey Barker getting all of that seam, getting a kill on the right side for the Wolverines, and they maintain their lead 7-6 in the third set.
It's a great job there. Great swing, able to see that. That's opened up a couple times tonight. I think that's the first time I've seen anybody drive through it. So good job by her to finally open that up.
A little bit of a tougher pass from the libero there.
There we go.
Mishandled ball. She wasn't used to that pass not being exactly perfect, so she didn't quite know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's like a role reversal here. All of a sudden, the other Wolverines are struggling to pass.
See if Lindsey Barker can keep the heat on. Little dribble off the net, makes it tough, and they're going to push that one way outside. And that time being left-handed was of no use.
Opened up a 3-point lead, and now the Michigan team wants to talk about it.
Looks like Coach Rosen is going to call timeout. Folks, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Utah Valley looking to make a move. We'll be right back.
Come join the student section and cheer for the Mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
Folks, welcome back to the match. Utah Valley University making a move this time in the third set. They're up 9-6. Lindsey Barker back to serve for Utah Valley, seeing if they can keep the pressure on Michigan and pull out a win here in set number 3. Oh, that's not going to get it done, though, Steve. Service errors at the wrong time.
It's amazing to me how often that happens out of timeouts. It's, you know, you call that icing the server, and boy, does it work. So Michigan with a free side out.
And this is the wrong person you want serving back at you for Michigan.
Oh, that ball looked like it was going out, too.
I'm telling you, Steve, it's just coming so fast right at that point where it's kind of either coming to your head or to your stomach, and you got to make that split-second decision. And Utah Valley's, they really can't afford to give up too many of these.
But Alex is going to be so dangerous on this next ball because now she can make. Oh no, I was going to say now she can make that little adjustment, but she didn't, and that was even further out of bounds.
Erica Nish back to serve for Utah Valley. Utah Valley still up 10-8. See if they can keep their lead here and push for the win in set number 3. We'll see if Erica can toughen up the serve receive for Michigan.
There you go.
That one down the line, and Sarah Clement getting the overpass, taking care of business.
So many players, especially on the men's side, and I'm sure Tyler can attest, you just want to bomb that straight down on an overpass like that, but a lot of times there's a block right in front of you. Sarah does the smart thing. Not as exciting, but a kill nonetheless.
Open court, and looks like Erica found a little open court there in the back. It looked like it was close to being out, but like you said before, just kind of fell off the table.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of that serve, just kind of died. Oh, get there.
Ooh. That is a tough serve by Erica. It looks like she's really picking on that, making Alex do more than just stand back there and bomb jump serve and do whatever else she wants.
Everything's going right now for Utah Valley. 13-8, opening up a 5-point lead.
Looks like Michigan might have started the bus up just a little too early here tonight, and maybe had it running after the halftime. But Utah Valley ain't having any of that. Look at this replay here, Steve, and we see that
great swing there by Chelsea, able to see the block and tool it right out of bounds.
Chelsea kind of snuck back into the match on us a little bit. I didn't see her sub back in, and looks like she's right back into her form, converting points, and let's see if she can retain her spot here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Utah Valley has kind of got that swagger back, passing well, running their offense, and they got that confidence, and now it's starting to work for them. And now Michigan is kind of on their heels going, hey, wait a second, who are these guys?
They're not looking around at each other to who's going to make a play, but they're going to make the play themselves. Folks, our broadcast tonight is also live on the internet. Join us at uvu.edu/UVU TV. That's uvu.edu/UVU TV. For all of you out there joining us on the internet, hope you enjoy it, and hope you can support the Wolverines wherever you are. Erica Nish, let's see if she's going to go back down the line and challenge Alex Hunt on the reception this time again, Steve.
Yeah, real important to get this first serve in. There it is.
And she does, and I think it pays off. It was just a so-so pass, but Sarah not able to swing block into that one.
Yeah, just a little late on the penetration on that block.
Tyler, what are some of the keys, you know, as swing blocking, because you guys use that in the men's game so much now. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages you think for blockers that use that?
Well, if you're swing blocking and the other team is running a very fast offense, you're going to have a hard time getting out there sometimes. Of course, if it's a high lobby set, you'll be able to get out there and penetrate over the net and block them pretty easily if you read it right.
Right, and so it's that tough balance to kind of find out, you know, if you're going to be able to swing block or use kind of the traditional footwork blocking that, you know, you mostly learn when you first start playing volleyball, or, you know, in your first several years of playing volleyball. You get taught the 3-step, 5-step blocking.
Yeah.
And versus the swing blocking, which is much more dynamic, like you're talking about, but against a faster offense may not be as efficient.
Yeah. And if, you know, if you're not staying synchronized, if the middle blocker and the outsider are not staying synchronized and they run into each other, you know, that's a potential sprained ankle. It's very important to stay synchronized as you swing block.
JC Caresa back to serve for the Wolverines. Looks like she's going to try to heat it up here. Wolverines with a 14-10 lead in set number 3, looking to push through. Going off the block this time, but the Wolverines back out of the back row. Caresa not able to convert this time. Michigan pushing it outside, and a soft shot. That's number 11. Lexi Irwin converting on that one. Looks like she might have spent a little time outdoors this summer.
Utah Valley still hanging on to a 3-point lead. 4 with a side out right here.
Not a great pass and received by Utah Valley, but they're able to turn that block back into the court for Michigan. McKenna Tate with a great free ball pass that time, but the solo block by Dana Miller on the outside on Chelsea Heaps.
Utah Valley doing a great job of giving themselves opportunities, but just unable to convert on that one. Chelsea tries to go line, and Claire not having any part of it.
Yeah, it looks like Patty Flagg is going to substitute back into the match. She's going to serve and play defense. They're going to keep that triple defender position open back there.
It's been working. Scott Lee telling her where to serve this ball.
Made it tough for Michigan. Utah Valley turns that back into the court. This time, run it down.
Oh, great up.
And Chelsea Heaps plays it over, and that's a tough ball. And Sarah Clement getting the block in the middle. Michigan just couldn't seem to do anything right on that play.
No, that was a horrible free ball pass to start that whole last sequence off for Michigan, and they just that whole play looked horrible for them.
Good serve by Patty Flagg, and that one's pulled up by Utah Valley. They push out again. And Lindsey Barker, oh, she got a second chance at it, but couldn't quite get the roll shot to go that time.
Utah Valley doing a great job this match of staying focused and doing what we said, which is pass first, allowing everything to open up in their offense.
Brittany Lee with the jump serve for Michigan as a substitute. Wow. Aaron Jolly. Could she get there? Oh, she didn't make it, Steve. Looks like she just came up a little short that time, but played good defense on that.
And a great swing from the back row on not the greatest bump set in the world, but still within 2 now. Michigan coming back.
McKenna and Patty and Aaron, they're back there getting after it. Another jump serve off the tape, but handled well. Nice adjustment by Sarah. Not a great set by Brooklyn that time. She's going to push it back to her a little bit better this time. Gets the seam, but Michigan's going to play the free ball over back to Utah Valley. Again, they're going to go to the middle, and that time that went off the block. That was an easy touch, and looks like the ump official saw that as well. And so Utah Valley putting the pressure on, up 17-14 in set number 3, as we see here in the replay. Steve, walk us through that.
Yeah, not to mention the Wolverines. I keep saying that. It's killing me all night tonight. The Wolverines. Which Wolverines? Michigan just netted like a fish on that block as well as touching that ball. So that was Utah Valley's a couple different times.
Oh, that was close. Usually the libero cannot play the ball with their hands in front of the 10-foot line, but she might have skipped up over it a little bit and kind of was in the air when she made the set. That may not count on the third contact though, if they're the third contact and actually setting the ball.
Yeah, I think she was good.
Nice pass by Patty. Oh, they tried to run that 31 in the middle there, but Erica was just a little low on it.
Wow. Great turn down the line from the Wolverines. Claire again, number 14, with a nice swing.
She's a solid player. Hasn't made many mistakes tonight, taking advantage.
Oh, Michigan knots it up at 17s.
Courtney Fletcher making another Tough serve, increasing the ace total for the match. She's back to serve again. Is going to try to come up with another one.
Ooh, that'll look like a lift too.
Brittany Campbell made it tough on him that time, but nice free ball pass. Brooklyn Campbell, we've seen kind of a little bit of that last year, Steve, where she kind of would sometimes at the wrong moment make that play where she tried to hit that ball left-handed and really not have a lot on it. Yeah. And I think she kind of got into that where she's just trying to do a little bit too much sometimes.
That's that play where if you get a kill, you look like a genius. But if you go right at the opposing defense, then it's like, what are you doing?
And sometimes it's actually better when you just kind of shove the ball down versus trying to kind of soft roll hit it if you're not really a left-handed setter. And so I kind of think that's where she gets caught in the middle of that, where she can kind of more like wipe it down, and it's going to land in that, you know, soft middle of the court versus back where the
defense is.
Exactly. Sure. Nice push to the backside that time.
Great set.
And once again, it's number 14, Claire McElhaney, getting it done. Back to serve for Michigan is Allie Sable, and she's been pretty consistent tonight from the service line. Utah Valley's in rotation 1. Let's see if they can side out and play some power volleyball. Nice pass. Oh, that time looking to come on that X after the pass was Lindsey Barker, but wasn't able to convert that and hit it into the net. Utah Valley and Michigan knotted up 19 all right now. Coach Sam Atoa calling timeout, and folks will be right back. Don't go away.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
Folks, welcome back to the match. Utah Valley and Michigan all knotted up 19 all here in set number 3. And number 13, Allie Sable back to serve for Michigan. Seeing if Michigan now can take the lead or if Utah Valley can side out, quote unquote, and regain the lead. Caressa off the back line there, getting the kill, Steve. That's a deep kill, but that's effective.
Yeah, that's a bomb by JC. She just absolutely hammered that ball. And you're right. I mean, that was close to going out of bounds, but as long as the defense gets a piece of it, who cares?
Lindsey Barker back to serve. Nice little float serve, but handled well by Michigan. Going right back to number 2, Jennifer Cross, but that time she gets blocked. Erica Nish and Chelsea Heaps all over that one.
Sam Atoa earning his money tonight, calling timeout at 19-19. I don't know what he said to him, but it was awesome because they come out and score 2 quick points, 4 away from pushing this to a 4th set.
And looks like the 3rd point there, Steve.
Chelsea Heaps with a tight trap set going to Jennifer Cross, just went up and clamped it. Not going to get tooled out of bounds, but pushed it back into the court for the kill or the block. 22-19, Utah Valley.
The thing that's dangerous about Michigan, though, is they only make mistakes when they don't pass or, you know, the initial reception or the free ball well. Other than that, they're almost flawless. So that's what makes them dangerous, and it's going to be hard. They're going to have to fight this whole way through the rest of this set and the match if they can continue to win. That That time Utah Valley going just a little bit long on the serve. And Alex Hunt, the big gun for Michigan, is back here ready to wind up another jumper. Wow. And that's ace number 18, I think, on the night, Steve, for Michigan as a team. And I think she's gonna cut that one down the line again and challenge Chelsea, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if she gets another ace right here, you've got to call a timeout just to try to cool her off. Man, she's dangerous right now.
And like I said, when Michigan's in that system of passing the ball well, and whether it's a free ball or an initial reception, they're almost flawless. And you can see right there, they're right back into it, all tied up 22-all. Coach Atoa wants another timeout, see if he can manufacture another 3 points again and get this win.
Yeah, that's a smart timeout by him. I might even have called it after the first one.
Folks, we'll be right back. It's an exciting match, all tied up 22-all in the third set. We'll be right back.
Utah Valley University. Your life, your beat, your university.
Welcome back, folks. Utah Valley, Michigan all tied up here in set number 3. The big gun server, Steve, back there for Michigan. Alex Hunt ready to unload another jump serve bomb. But let's see if Coach Atoa can be a genius again. Wow. It's a decent pass. J.C. Caressa bombing down the right side, but Michigan plays it up, and they get it played over. And this time, Lindsay tries to put it over, and that's a bad set. That's a bad set. That's one of the worst sets I've seen in a long time.
Wow, that was not very good timing for that. That was a strange mishap right there. I don't even know what happened.
Well, as a setter, I'll tell you, I think what happens in that instance is you change your mind at the wrong time, and then the ball just kind of goes wherever it wants to go at that point. Utah Valley capitalizing again, Steve. We got set point number 1 right here. They're up 24-22. You called it last time, saying Coach Atoa was a genius. Maybe he'll do it again.
And I'll tell you, though, she came out and bombed that jump serve, and Tyler's right. It was a great pass from UV to give themselves an opportunity, see if they can close it out.
Going back to Jennifer Cross. She can't convert, and Alex Hunt out of the back row.
Wow.
I thought she was over the... Wow, she looked like she was over on the what we call the 10-foot line or the 3-meter line, whatever you like to call it. But they call her good, and Utah Valley's set point number 2 right here coming up.
Oh no!
Oh, no. That was a total lift or carry or hold or whatever you want to call on Sarah Clement.
Yeah,
but now it's all tied up.
To come out at 23-24 and serve a really tough floater like that, that's awesome. That's a gutsy serve. Another one.
JC bombing on the right side, but Michigan's in the pocket. Wow. Chelsea gonna make the play. Yes. Looks like she gets the point with a nice little tap down. Utah Valley got the lead, and set point number 3 here for Utah Valley.
A barn burner in this third set. I swear her foot was over the line. I looked right at the up ref and he said, nah, she's good.
JC Caressa back to serve. She's going to push him back deep. Another good pass by Michigan. Not a great one. Wow. But a great roll shot again by Lexi Irwin on the outside. She has that down, Steve.
Yeah, Lexi has played some really nice ball tonight.
Lexi is 6'1" sophomore out of Spring, Texas. And I don't know, maybe they play a little beach volleyball down in Spring, Texas. Uh-oh. Well, we talked about the middles, you know, crushing those overpasses or putting them down right in the court. And it looks like that time, Courtney Fletcher decided to put it in the court.
Utah Valley giving up the advantage.
Great serve that time and a great swing by Sarah. Not able to get it, but they transition out on the block and they just couldn't bring that ball up. And that's going to do it for the match here, folks. Michigan 25-27. We're going to thank Tyler for being here with us. And folks, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with the wrap-up and post-game show. So don't go away.
The goal of student employment at UVU is to provide quality, professional, and meaningful work experience for students while supporting their overall success at Utah Valley University. The UVU Student Employment Office is dedicated to serving students with a variety of meaningful work opportunities as a part of their university experience. Jobs are accessed through the UV Job Board. Positions include hourly on- and off-campus jobs, internships, federal work study, and the International Student Employment Program. Some of the services we provide are career assessment, internships, and job shadowing. We also offer mentoring services in interviewing skills, cover letters, networking skills, and job searching skills. The Student Employment Office hosts on-campus graduate school fairs, recruiting fairs, and job fairs in the fall and spring.
Come join the student section and cheer for the Mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
Post-game show. We're here with Coach Sam Atoa, and Coach, that's a tough loss here tonight. I know it's not the result you were looking for tonight. Michigan came out and they played really mistake-free volleyball most of the match. Tell us your thoughts here tonight.
Well, you got to give credit to Michigan. I think they're a good game. They're a good team. They play a good game. They were very aggressive from the beginning, and I felt like that it gave us a lot of problems. However, in that third set, and even in the second set, I thought that we had a lot more fight in the second than we did in the first. And then we just kind of built on that. And so it's too bad that we lost that third set, because I really felt like that we won every single game to 5, and that's what we were focusing on and staying focused within that. But we just made one too many mistakes there at the end, and it's unfortunate for us.
Yeah, you guys, it seemed like that first set and even into the second, passing was just non-existent. And kind of as you mentioned, they were super aggressive with their serves, Michigan was, and they seemed to just serve you guys off the court. I think at one point we were looking, there were 17 aces to 5, 17 in 3 sets, which most of those came in the first 2. But hats off to you guys. In that third set, you guys came out with a lot of fire. It was almost as if Michigan started up the buses and you were like, I don't think so, we're not done yet. And you guys, I mean, you took it to them that whole third set, and as you mentioned, just unable to quite close it out at the end there.
Yeah, you know what, I'm real proud of our girls for being able to come and fight in that third set. You know, we just, you know, it was ours, and we just didn't take care of it at the end. And that's something that we have to be able to be better at, is to be able to take care of that and be able to pass. And so you're right, our passing was not very good in the first couple of sets, and we got better and we gave ourselves chances, and we were able to run the middle a lot more. And our middles are good, and we're going to be able to continue to capitalize on that. So the girls played a lot better in that third set, and that's something that we hope that we can keep building on.
Coach, just want to make mention of the fact Michigan coming in here, big name school, Big Ten school. You know, what does that say about the program that you're building here, that you've built here, and kind of where you're headed, you know, the direction that you're going with this program?
Well, I want our girls to be able to compete. I want them to compete against Michigan or whoever it might be. And so we put together a fairly good tournament here that's really going to challenge us, and it really, you know, and it will, you know, throughout this weekend. And the next two matches that we have at the first of the week. And so it's something that I feel like that we need to be able to have here, and for our crowd to be able to see that, yeah, we can bring these teams in and for us to be able to compete. So hopefully we can build on that.
Well, Coach, we have Santa Clara and Cal Poly tomorrow. We watched a little bit of their match this evening before yours, and two strong teams. It looked like they pose a lot of problems. Some of the coaching staff knows this team from having been a part of this program before at Cal Poly, and so what do you look to do tomorrow to get some wins?
You know what, we got to pass better, and we've got to be able to take care of the ball better. You know, we're serving well, and it's something that we've been consistently doing, but we have to be able to pass the ball a lot better so that we can run our offense. And so if we can take care of those little things, I think we have a really good shot.
I agree. You guys have amazing middles, and unfortunately until that third set they were fairly non-existent, or
not involved.
Thank you. Yeah, and so I think you're right. I think if your girls just focus on passing first, then everything else will open up. And I think you guys have a great shot against both those teams, and they're both going to be great teams tomorrow, as you mentioned. So excited to watch and see how everything goes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, it will be a challenge for sure. You know, and so if we can take care of certain things that we really struggled with, I think we've got a shot at it. And so hopefully, I do expect us to be able to pass better, continue with our serving, and be able to swing at the ball better.
There you go.
Coach Atoa, thanks for joining us. Always gracious, even in defeat. Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks. Folks, just as we wrap up here, Utah Valley not able to pull this one out tonight. Steve, tough start for the broadcast season here for us, and we'll be missing you tomorrow a little bit. Tyler's going to fill in, so we're anxious to see how that goes. And in tomorrow's games again, folks, tomorrow at 12 noon, Utah Valley is going to face Cal Poly, and then at 7 p.m., Utah Valley is going to take on Santa Clara. So exciting day of volleyball here all day tomorrow. If you want to come down, check it out, get a ticket, come support the Wolverines and cheer them on to victory.
Yeah, you guys are replacing me tomorrow with younger, more handsome talent. So hopefully I'll still have a job, come next week.
At least he's shorter, so that's great for me. So, folks, once again, thanks for joining us here tonight. Utah Valley drops in 3 to Michigan. And for Steve Vale, I'm Kevin Castle. We're shutting it down.